What's up, everyone? Welcome to the channel. Today I am going to review Terminal List Dark Wolf, the series. Now, um, Terminal List the Dark Wolf is a spin-off of the show Terminal List. Terminal List, the Terminal List universe is about um, a team of Navy SEALs. Particularly, it's about a guy named James Reese, and he his family gets killed, so he goes on a revenge path. And this spin-off show is about his best friend, who he kills at the end of Terminal List, um, Ben Edwards. And this series is executive produced by Chris Pratt, Antoine Fuqua, um, the writer of a book series, Jack Carr, and stuff like that. So yeah, so this will have spoilers for both Terminal List Season 1 and Terminal List Dark Wolf. And this is a prequel, obviously, because Ben Edwards dies at the end of Terminal List, right? But it's a very important prequel because it sets up Terminal List Season 2. Like Rafe Hastings and Liam Hemsworth's character will return in Terminal List Season 2, according to Chris Pratt and the other executive producers of this show. And so what this show is about is explaining to us how Ben Edwards joined the CIA and got to a point where he betrays his best friend by killing his family, by killing James Reese's family, right? Because Ben Edwards is the guy that does that, or one of the people that does that, kills James Reese's family, and but this series shows, first of all, it shows their friendship a little bit more than the original series did, and second of all, it just tells you the story of how Ben Edwards got to a point where he would betray his best friend and kill his best friend's family, right? And yeah, so and what this is about is they're going after. So this guy named Jed Hopperford forms this special ops unit after Ben Edwards and Rafe Hastings get kicked out of the Navy SEAL unit for killing a really, 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 really bad guy, and they get kicked off of the SEAL unit because the CIA isn't very happy that they killed one of their informants, and so they get kicked out of the SEAL unit, and it basically tells the story about how Rafe and Ben joined this special ops unit, and I mean like special ops, black ops unit. So like, as far as people know, that this unit that Rafe and Ben join don't exist, right? Like they do ops that the governments don't know about, right? Like that's the point of this op. But this operational force that Jed Happerford is building, and and throughout this series there is it shows the, I guess you could call it, downfall of Ben's personality. At the beginning, Ben is a super honorable dude. He supports his friends. He loves his friends. But as the series starts to go on, because there's 7 episodes in this series, right? And the reason I'm calling it a series, I don't think it's gonna gonna get a season 2 because Ben Edwards gets killed in Terminal List. So and we already know that. So what's the point of doing a season 2 of this? But Um, but Ben Edwards throughout the series keeps going lower and lower and lower and lower, like morally going lower and lower and lower and lower until we don't reckon. Well, we recognize him from how he was in Terminal List, right? And basically, what happens is Ben and his team are filled with characters that we'll see. So Rafe we'll see again in season 2 of Terminal List. Um, Liam Hemsworth's character we'll see again in season 2 of Terminal List, right? And not Chris. Bleh, sorry. Chris Pratt said the reason why he did this series is twofold. One, because Ben Edwards, Taylor Kitsch, is a fan favorite character in the Terminal List universe, so he did it for that reason, to expand on Taylor Kitsch's story, Ben Edwards' story, and two, because they needed a way to introduce Rafe and Jed and Liam Hemsworth's character to the world, right? And so that's why they did this series. Guys, there is some great action scenes in here. Like if you guys like shows like Lioness and like you like video games like Splinter Cell and Rainbow Six and if you guys like shows like SEAL Team and like if you guys like shows like that, you will probably really like this show. Now, this show does not pull any punches. Like if I were you and you haven't seen the Terminal List universe before, I would actually watch this first, and the reason why is because if you watch Terminal List first, you know Ben's gonna survive through the end of Terminal List because he gets killed at the end of Terminal List. So if you haven't watched the Terminal List universe before, I would watch Terminal List Dark Wolf first, and then I would watch Terminal List season 1. Alright, that would just be the way that I approach it and stuff like that. Rafe by far is my favorite character introduced in the Terminal. But between Rafe and James Reese, Chris Pratt's character, which I've said because I've reviewed season 1 on this channel of Terminal List, I've said it and I'll continue to say it. At least for right now, James Reese is Chris Pratt's best performance, in my opinion, right? I love him as Star-Lord. He's probably going to be in James Gunn's DCU at some point, right? There's a rumor that he's going to show up in the Peacemaker season 2 season finale as somebody. But for right now, James Reese is my favorite character that Chris Pratt has ever played, right? And Taylor Kitsch, I'm glad to see that Taylor Kitsch is getting work because he's a super underrated actor, in my opinion. Like, he should be bigger than what he is, right? And the whole cast is incredible. Like, but Rafe Hastings, played by Tom Hopper, is tied for my favorite character in the Terminal List universe with James Reese. So, and there may or may not be a fan casting that I have for him in the DC Universe podcast, or DC Universe podcast episode 6 that I do every Sunday on this channel. I'll give it away. There is a fan casting that I have for him in James Gunn's DCU that I'm going to reveal on Sunday when I do my DC Universe podcast. So yeah, I love this universe of shows. It's my type of show. Like, again, like if you guys like games like Splinter Cell and TV shows like Lioness and movies like Warfare and uh, like if you guys like war shows where it's set in present day and if they're like thrillers, you will probably really like this show. Um, and yeah, like basically the plot of it is it's a conspiracy, right? Like you find out that Jed is a really bad dude. He basically strung along Ben and the rest of the team um, to do some dirty shit, right? And stuff like that. And you find out that Jed is wanting to start a war between Iran and the U.S. in this show, and yeah, and so Rafe is still alive. Um, Rafe is still alive. Luke Hemsworth's character is still alive, and Jed's still alive. So I'm assuming all three of those characters will make appearances going forward in the Terminalist universe. And yeah, again, guys, if you haven't watched the Terminalist universe, watch it. I would strongly recommend it, and you guys will not regret it. But if I had to give you guys an order to watch it in, I would say watch this show first, Terminalist Dark Wolf, because it literally ends, guys, with Ben Edwards joining the CIA, right? It literally ends with that, or joining like a covert ops unit, right? And then watch Terminalist season 1. It will make, like, for me, I'm like, oh, this is how he turned out the way that we see him in Terminal List. So, I would strongly recommend watching Dark Wolf first, Terminal List Dark Wolf, and then watching Terminal List if you haven't seen Terminal List before, right? I will be covering everything that happens in the Terminal List universe of TV shows going forward on this channel. And yeah, thank y'all so much for all your support. And I hope you have a great day. And God bless you guys. And thank you for all your support. If you enjoy this video, please subscribe, like, and share this video. I would really appreciate it. And it would really help me out. Thank you for watching. And goodbye. And God bless you guys.